Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. My best mate Starthy, you guys might know him as Pop-Up Helps in our Discord server, has this Corsair 380T Mini ITX case and it's been laying around for the longest time. Now, we've used this case a few times on the channel for builds, but he's been saving it for a home theater / couch gaming PC that he can also take to LAN parties pretty easily. My only thing is, who still goes to LAN parties? Anyway, one of the only caveats he had was when he actually decided that he wanted to build it, he wanted to use this old i5 3570K he had laying around and he wanted to pair it with a more modern low to mid-range GPU. Not only that, he wanted to do it for as little money as possible, and that's where I came in. Yeah, anyway, let's find out what happened. Spoiler alert, yeah. The video title probably gives it away anyway, so let's see how angry the comment section gets. Let's do it. This build is going to be a little bit different to the other builds we usually do on the channel since it's not all new parts, and I'm going to contribute as many spare parts as I can from this extensive parts collection to bring the cost all the way down. He's my best mate. I can't possibly charge him for PC parts, can I? I can already see the comment section getting annoyed at this video title as it is. Now, the only challenge was to find a mini ITX board that supported the CPU for a reasonable price. So I turned to my old friend Taobao and yeah, I found one for a pretty good price and it was around 50 Aussie dollars shipped. With all that said, let's get building and then we'll talk about all the performance and all that jazz towards the end of the video. Let's do it. Let's talk parts, because I'm pretty sure you guys want to know. Now, the only motherboard we could find at a reasonable price that supported the 3570K was the Asus P8H61i Mini ITX board. As far as comparing it to modern ITX boards, well, it doesn't offer that much spec-wise, but it gets the job done. And like I mentioned, we ended up picking up this board for around 50 Aussie dollars from Taobao, which is a pretty sweet deal. The CPU, like I mentioned quite a few times in this video already, is the i5 3570K. Now, the 3570K is a 4-core, 4-threaded unlocked CPU that has a base frequency of 3.4 GHz and it turbos to around 3.8, and with adequate cooling, you can push this chip a lot further. But yeah, speaking of cooling the 3570K, Starthy wanted something low profile and he didn't want an AIO, so I hooked him up with the Noctua NHL9i. Now, this is one of my favorite low profile coolers. It's got a TDP rating of 95 watts, which is more than capable of keeping the 3570K nice and cold. We had two choices of GPUs for this build. The first was the Aorus RX 584GB. That card runs really hot and it can get pretty loud when you're gaming, so instead we opted for the Gigabyte 1660 Gaming OC. It probably just about hits that sweet spot for a GPU paired with a CPU of this age. Now, the RAM that we chose was 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance at 1866 MHz. I've got so much DDR3 laying around that picking the RAM was actually quite easy. I just picked the fastest kit of all the stuff that I can find, and that's what we went with. Simple as that. Now, to power everything, we use an Antec 500 watt Ketchum mustard power supply. It's actually quite new and I didn't have a need for it anymore. The point of this build isn't to be pretty, it's just to get the job done. So yeah, we didn't do cable sleeving, we didn't do any of that fancy stuff. We just went full ketchup and mustard, because who doesn't like hot dogs, right? Lastly, let's talk about that case. It's the Corsair 380T Mini ITX. Like I mentioned, Starthy's had this case sitting around for quite a while and he's been saving it for a build like this. Now, I checked eBay and yeah, little did I know, this case is actually pretty sought after, and I saw auctions getting as high as 600 Australian dollars for one of these cases on eBay. I don't understand why. And the funniest part about this whole saga is Starthy's actually got two of these cases. So yeah, we're gonna do another build with another one of these later down the track. Okay, party people, it's time to check out all those performance numbers. Just be aware though, I didn't test the system with every single game on Earth. There's just not enough hours ever. I used our usual suite of benchmarks, and you guys can go back to our other benchmarking videos so you can compare to see how well this one fared against those other ones. Anyway, we'll see you on the other side. Surprised with how well this system performed, and Starthy is pretty happy with it too. And I'm guessing you want to know how much all of it cost then. Well, I chucked in an SSD, a power supply, a CPU cooler, and a GPU. And yeah, so not including any of that stuff, the grand total was 50 Australian dollars. So yeah, if you're interested in any of the parts in this build, you can find links in the description. If I can still find links to the older parts. Also, if you guys want any of the music that I make featured in our videos, you can check out our Patreon. Yes, I make all the music here too. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Tell us what you hated about it. I can tell people are gonna hate it already. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. And yeah, we only spent 50 Australian dollars. It's not clickbait because that's how much we spent. So it is a $50 gaming PC. Thanks for watching.